Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. I just wanted to give you a quick announcement. First and foremost, I thank you to all the people that reached out with questions this past week. It was our first official week. Thank you very much for not just sitting idly by. I will always thank you for reaching out and asking questions to me because those of you that ask questions get the information that will help you be successful in this class. So thank you very much and keep those questions coming. I'm not done completely with looking at all of the responses just quite yet, but some of the responses that I have looked at have been very deep and insightful, and I really appreciate that. Everybody is really open to giving their opinions and really talking to me or talking to each other, both in both capacities about what they think art is. And really kind of defining your beliefs. So I appreciate that, and like I said last week, that definition will only help you go further and really ground yourself in all of the other things that we do this week, the rest of the semester. And I'm going to consistently have you refer back to those definitions that you've created in week 1 to help define and to help explain your thoughts and perspectives as we go into the rest of the semester. So really nice job. I want to make sure that you're all aware those definitions that you've created in week 1, if they change throughout the course of this semester, that's great. That's wonderful, and your acknowledgement of that is going to be wonderful. At the end of this semester, we are going to do a reflection piece, and I am going to ask you to actively look at the definition that you created in week 1 last week to where you are now, and to kind of compare and contrast it. So definitely let that definition evolve if it needs to evolve for you as you're presented with more and more artwork, and let it grow, and that will only do good things for you. Okay, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. Just your acknowledgement of what you firmly believe is going to suffice. All right. So I explained this in the assignment, but this week is an even week. I refer to the rest of the weeks during the semester as odds or evens, because we go back and forth with the assignments in the structure of the assignments. So on the odd weeks, you're always going to have a discussion post and a journal entry, and those discussion posts and journal entries will always refer to somewhere in the book. I'm going to refer to the book. You won't necessarily find answers. That was a question that I had come up last week, is that, I can't really find the answers in chapters 1 through 3. For the rest of this semester, you will never be able to find a quote-unquote answer in the textbook, because the majority of the things that we do from here on out are going to be all opinion-based, and the answers that you provide are going to be your perspective, your thoughts, and your opinions. The book is going to act as your resource to validate why you feel the way that you do. So you are going to reference the textbook, and you're going to, you could say, I read in chapter 4 or 5, the drawing. I know that some of you have different editions. That's completely fine. But say once we get into looking at drawing, you could reference an artist or an art movement that allowed you to think the way that you did or have the opinion that you did, and that would be fine. But there's no quote-unquote answers that you're going to find in the textbooks. It's just going to act as a very good resource to help connect back to why you feel the way that you feel. What solid piece of knowledge or information did you gain that helped create or evolve your opinion or your thought process? Okay, so on the odd weeks, we're going to be using the textbook, and we're going to be looking at discussion posts, and you're going to be presented with various different kinds of artwork or art periods, and you'll have a journal entry that follows that. On the even weeks, you are going to have an assignment, and that assignment is going to have you actively go out into the world. The world is going to be the internet for all intents and purposes for these online classes. but you're going to go out and you're going to find your own work of art, actively find your own work of art that you want to talk about. And it's going to always relate back to the odd week. So the next odd week that we have is going to talk about drawing. So the assignment is going to have something to do with drawing, usually active having you look at a artist that specifically did drawing with their career, and so on and so forth. So the even weeks are going to have you do an assignment. The odd weeks are going to have a discussion post and a journal entry. At this point, I'm going to have you head over to the course content, and you'll see week 2 assignment posted for you and the directions that go ahead and coincide with that assignment. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask.